This is Alec Wendelboe, Education and Community Outreach Coordinator with the Minnesota Brain Injury Alliance, and this is Ask Alec.
Go ask
Alec.
Isn't my skull made to protect my brain from injuries? Yes, your skull is built to protect the brain from outside forces causing damage. Our brains are not physically adhered to the walls of our skull. Instead, our brains are suspended within our skull in a substance known as cerebrospinal fluid. This cerebrospinal fluid helps keep our brain floating and protects it from small impacts. Think of a glass jar filled with oil and a ball in the middle of that jar. If the jar was slightly shaken, it likely would not result in the ball impacting the walls of that jar. If the jar was violently shaken, it could easily cause the ball to impact the walls of that jar. This is why instances like abusive head trauma and shaken baby syndrome can be so dangerous. Surprisingly, the inside walls of our skull are not smooth, they're actually quite jagged, as throughout infancy, many pieces of our skulls fuse together to make one solid skull piece. And this is why, if our brain impacts the walls of our skull, it can cause some damage. So yes, your skull is built to protect your brain, but in the case of heavy force impacts, it can still cause brain injuries. If there's more we can do to help, reach out to the Minnesota Brain Injury Alliance at 612-378-2742 or find our website at braininjurymn.org. Good enough?
Yeah. Piece it all together.
Yes.
Like a skull.
Like a skull.